What's up, everyone? In this video we're going to discuss something a little different than what I've made on my videos before. So astral relationships is most definitely something that means you're stepping out of your boundaries. And this experience will be something that you've never experienced before in your life. It'll be so magical and powerful, and you'll probably feel like this is the most living in the moment experience and feeling that you've ever felt ever in your life before. Astral sex brings about a very powerful surge of energy, of light and magic. It brings such a powerful connection between you and the other person. It brings you so much closer than you ever could have imagined being close to a person. And it also helps with clearing out your chakras too. So let me get a little bit more into what I describe as astral relationship. And that could be either with a physical person that you both get into a very kind of sedated state together and experience the astral relation together in a very vibrational way, we'll just say. And for some, the astral relationship may be with a guide of yours or some other type of spiritual being that you're not 100% connected to in the human form, but you feel like you're connected with in a spiritual form. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense. One thing that you may experience during this astral relationship is you're going to feel it in your throat chakra first. You're going to feel your throat chakra expanding outwards, and you're going to feel this tingling feeling going up and down all throughout your body. You'll also be releasing blockages that are within your body and becoming completely purified. A good time that you may want to try this would be either on a full moon, on a celebration or a very important date to you, or it could even be right after you've done a particular meditation or visualization, a spell, or a manifestation, or for some, maybe after a ritual. It's such a good time to do this after one of the above listed because you really get a chance to really kind of put a finale to what you were working on, or if you were working on something together with someone, and this kind of concludes it, kind of adds the shebang, the big finale ending of this amazing experience that you two may share. Or if you're doing this solo, obviously it will also conclude whatever you were working on before, and possibly could bring the two of you, if it's in spirit form, bring you two more closer. Yeah, it pushes the action into energy, and this energy moves forward to create your desired goal. So one thing is known is during this type of experience, oneness and kindness, energy, knowledge, and growth all come into play and is shared between you and this other individual. This is truly a very magical experience if you truly believe in it. The idea is to just let yourself go in the moment and relax yourself and the other into a very calm, relaxed, almost sedated state. Most likely you're going to feel yourself going into a trance-like state. You and the individual both will feel like you're going into a trance-like state. This is when the energy is at its peak because both of you are going in and out of the different vibrational frequency energies of this realm and the other realm, or of the dreamlike state, or where we do out-of-body experiences, the astral realm. So we're kind of back and forth in this. If you're doing it in this type of astral relation experience, you're going back and forth in both realms, which therefore creates the energy at its peak. So both of your vibrational energies are being exchanged back and forth. They are vibrating at a very high level of intensity. The only difference is this is more of a vibration on a spiritual level, rather than just the normal human level. In the spiritual realm, it's obviously beyond this realm. So when you can experience this in this type of realm, it's going to be pretty amazing. Now, believe it or not, astral relations are a very old, ancient practice. For one, it's an advancement to your own spiritual growth and progress. Very enjoyable and fun, and obviously, as I said, you're living in the true moment. One could do this when they are wide awake, when you're falling asleep. You know, when you're starting to fall asleep, and sometimes you may feel like you're falling asleep and then you kind of wake back up. And then there's also that feeling when you're falling asleep. Yeah, I know a lot of you probably experienced this. It seems like it's quite common, because I know I've had experienced this before myself. But you're laying down to get ready to go to sleep, and you feel like you're falling, and then you kind of catch yourself like, whoa, that was kind of strange, because you felt like you were falling. That's kind of like going back and forth into this astral realm, back into our realm. So it can happen during that state as well. And that's also the sedated state that I was mentioning earlier, when you've gotten yourself with the other individual into that state where you're kind of fading out of this realm into the next realm. So basically, astral relationship is basically like connecting your spirit self with another spirit self in an out-of-body experience, which can be kind of half out of body or half in out of body, or it can also be experienced in a full-blown out-of-body experience, which is a true astral experience. So now I'm just going to jump right in and explain some ways that you can actually do this and connect with the other individual and experience this that I've been discussing. So I've got 9 steps here that I'm going to share on how you can actually connect and get this going. Number 1 tip is do this right before bed, right before you go to sleep. Number 2 is have it in complete darkness. No lights, no night light, no crack under the door light, no light, just complete utter darkness, because then you can truly experience this without any outer visual images in the way, because you're in a complete darkness, and that makes it even more magical and mysterious. So you also want to make sure that it's a dry, clear night. Maybe you could also do this on a rainy night or a stormy night, but the thunder and the lightning might distract you a bit for this full-blown astral relationship. So you may want to do this with the other on a night that it's really clear and dry, and you don't want any background noises either. And of course, for the first time you may want to experience this with someone, you may want to do this on a full moon, because as we know, full moons increase anything that we are physically or mentally thinking or doing. It brings a lot of power and magic into the experience. So full moons are excellent. Number 5 is obviously you want silence in the room, or at least a soft music playing in the background. I would probably say no music at all. Just have it complete silence. If you've got dogs, you may want to put them out, or cats or other animals or pets, just kind of put them out so you and the other can be in this room, so you and the significant other can be in a dark, quiet room with no external sounds or anything that's going to distract you or bring you out of the state that you're trying to get into. So basically, this is kind of like sex magic. Number 6 is focus on the one that you're experiencing this with. So if the one isn't with you, or let's just say they're not with you at that moment, you want to fully focus on them and see them coming into the picture. Focus on them with your third eye, your mind's eye. And if they are with you, which this is when the best experience can be had, I would imagine, is that when they're there with you, then, sit and, hold each other, or have your hands together, and just, if you're in darkness, you're not going to be able to just obviously look straight into each other's eyes, but do it anyway. Hold hands and, focus as much as you can, sitting in front of each other, into each other's eyes, and you will begin to actually even see them and experience them in your mind's eye, even though you're in utter darkness, because you're connecting on that higher vibration which therefore connects you even stronger. And I mean, it's going to be like in the moment, seriously, like no doubt, like there's not going to be anything else on your mind, just like when it's like for real sex, I guess, you know. So that leads us to the 7th step, which once you've pretty much got to the 7th step, you're actually getting into that out-of-body experience. This is when you will have that lucid awareness in a half-sleep state. Number 8 is have complete focused awareness. You've got to be 100% focused. You and the other individual have to be 100% focused. Don't let your mind wander off. Don't let the other person's mind wander off, because this is when you truly will feel it, which is similar to meditation in a way. Now, you and your other may want to visualize a sort of place that you two can meet up, because if this is the experience in utter darkness, and you're doing an astral projection, you want to have or an astral relationship projection experience, you want to have a place that you two can somewhat visualize or imagine, or have an image of a place that you two will meet, so that while you're experiencing it here in the body, you're going to be experiencing it in the spiritual realm as well, which is where we're trying to fully get the experience from. It's from this spiritual realm, or the other realm, higher consciousness realm. So what we want to do is we want to focus on a place that you and him, her, focus on together, so that you both have the same image in mind. So you may want to, before you begin any of this, sit with your other and think of a place that, or imagine, just make up a place that's beautiful or has everything that you love and like and involved in that area. It could just be like a grassy field with trees all over the place, in the middle of the woods, by a lakeside, by the ocean, on the sand, in a meadow with flowers and butterflies everywhere. It could just be a number of places. But that's up to you to decide and discuss that with the other, and go ahead and have that idea planned, so before you start this, you guys will know exactly where you're heading. Now, this could also be a physical place too. It doesn't necessarily have to be a made-up place. It could be a place, maybe if you guys met somewhere special, you could use that place as the place you guys are going to meet up and experience this experience. I'm sorry, I've got some in my eye. So yeah, it can just be a physical place that you've literally gone to in real life, or it can be a mysterious, magical place that you both create together in your mind. Just remember that the main idea of thinking of a magical place for you two to experience this astral relationship is a place to communicate and to connect with each other on a sexual level. Number 9 is just relax and enjoy the experience. One thing to note is you two may just fall asleep during the first time you try this. It can happen, and does, I'm sure. Just try to keep each other both aware and focused on what you're trying to do. Now, if you're both starting to get into that half sleep state and you're both starting to get aroused, most likely you won't fall asleep. But then again, there is that opportunity, or the chance, we'll say, that you may very well fall asleep. You or the other may happen to fall asleep, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that they're not into you. It just obviously means that you just got to keep practicing, and make sure you're bringing yourself into the now and focusing on exactly the desired goal and that connection between you two, that magical connection that brings you two together, that makes that spark happen, and that amazing feeling just when you're next to someone that you really like, or touch them, and it just is, ooh, you know. So in conclusion, this was my video on astral relations. There is obviously could be so much more added into this that hasn't been discussed. So if you have any more thoughts or ideas or take on this particular topic, go ahead and leave some comments below, or obviously feel free to send me an email. I know some of you prefer to do that, and it's perfectly fine. So yeah, send me an email or post some comments below. Let me know if you've tried this or if you haven't, or you know what the overall results were. Well, not in detail, obviously. Oh man, but you know, just how did it work out? You know, have you tried this? Has it worked? Are you going to try something like this? Have you thought about doing this and haven't? Things like that. So yeah, astral relations, it can be amazingly powerful. And if you're with someone that you truly like and care about, then this might be something you may want to try. Kind of spark up the bedroom a little bit, so to speak. But yeah, thanks for watching. And I know this is quite different than most of my other videos, but I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. And yeah, stay tuned for more other random variety pack videos, which is what I am, a complete variety pack. So we'll see you next time. Bye.